Good morning, South Texas. I hope your Friday is going well. It has been an absolutely beautiful start to our day. Check out what our low was this morning. 46 degrees, nice and cool as we started off our day. Maybe even needed the jacket when you headed out the door this morning, but not going to need it much longer. If you have been outside in the last hour or two, you probably noticed how much we've warmed up. Now, I'm pulling up Facebook here because I want to be able to answer some of y'all's questions that you may have for the weekend as we move throughout the weekend and then into this next week. So if you have any questions, be sure to send them my way. And I may have to go ahead and get off Wi-Fi for the station here just so I can see some of these. Seems like my Facebook's having a tough time loading here. So let's jump into the forecast while I wait for this to load. 53 degrees, it says, was the high as far as right now is concerned, but the National Weather Service, they update this later on in the day, so our temperature obviously is now even warmer than 53. This afternoon, we're going to rise into the 70s even. Not too much in the way of issues as far as molds are concerned. Yes, they are up from yesterday, but still only at a medium level. And look at all that blue sky overhead. Absolutely stunning out at Calaveras Lake. Would it be a bad day to be on the lake itself? The winds have calmed compared to yesterday, and they will stay calmer today compared to yesterday, by the way. Yesterday was kind of our big catch day as far as higher winds were concerned. Northwest San Antonio looking stunning as always here from our studio located up in the medical center, and then off towards Morgan's Wonderland Camp, always looking beautiful up there with all that blue sky. And then let's also take a look at the airport. Things looking quiet out there. No issues if you're flying for today. So out by the radar, not seeing anything in the way of rain, not expecting any rain as we head throughout today. We are going to be dealing with dry conditions, not just for today, but for these next few days. Not expecting any rainfall in the forecast until we head into the middle of next week. And even then, it's going to be really low rain chances. You'll see it in the 7-day forecast. And when we take a look at the amount of rain that we're expecting across the region here over the next 7 days, you're going to notice, man, it is just dry out there. Something we will see change in the forecast, though, is a lot warmer conditions as we head into the middle of next week. But again, for today, dry. You see that it's not just for us, but much of the state. They may have a little bit of rain up there towards Texarkana today, but that's the only part of Texas that could be lucky enough to see rain for our Friday. 60s and 70s across the region, 72 in Pleasanton, 71 in Pearsall, 78 in George West and Beeville, Cotulla sitting at 71, and then seeing 60s pretty much for everybody else. But again, we'll see 70s this afternoon. Dew points right now sitting in the 40s and 50s, and that just means that it's comfortable. Still a little humid down towards George West, Beeville, and Port Lavaca, but everybody else with very comfortable conditions. So let's jump into future clouds and radar. The next 48 hours, what can we expect? Future clouds and radar shows that by the time we head into 4:30 this afternoon, tons of sunshine, just like what we have right now. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s, and then we get into around 8:30. And I stopped the clock at 8:30 for good reason. Football Friday night going on tonight, and if you're going to be out there at some of the football games, temperatures are going to be on the cool side. You'll need a hoodie or maybe a blanket to bring with you for the stands because 50s and 60s out there is going to be a little bit more on the cool side compared to what we had these last few weeks. Be ready for that if you're going to be out in the stands watching those football games or listening to the band. It is going to be a good night for hot chocolate, too, from some of those concession stands. Temperatures will be dropping down into the 40s and even some spots in the 30s. Look at Fredericksburg, 39 to start off Saturday. Very cool conditions there. Then we move into the afternoon on Saturday. High pressure moving right over our region as we have winds from the west portion of the viewing area, closer on towards the hill country out of the south, and then out of the north when you get closer onto the coastal plains. That just lets you know high pressure centered right overhead. That's clockwise flow, which is associated with high pressure. So that's why I mentioned that on this graphic. But if you have clockwise flow overhead, and this camera's opposite, so I always have to remember I've got to turn the opposite way there. But clockwise flow, that means that you have high pressure, counterclockwise, low pressure. So high pressure overhead means that we get quiet weather. And that's what we have for Saturday. Beautiful. And we stay that way for Sunday too, by the way. Going to start off with temperatures in the 40s and 50s, eventually rising into the 70s for the afternoon. And you bet lots of sunshine. If you don't have outdoor plans this weekend, you need to make some because it is going to be beautiful weather to be outside and great weather, by the way, for bonfires. But before we talk about bonfires, having a bonfire, I want to talk about the counties where you cannot do that this weekend. Kinney County, Maverick, Dimmitt, Frio, and Karnes County all have burn bans in place. Now, with cool weather overnight, you're going to head back there to the backyard and light a bonfire and hang out with your friends. But it is going to be, remember, a burn ban for these counties, so make sure you're not doing it if you're located in those counties. But Bexar County, if you wanted to do it, you should be good to go. And by the way, the fire danger considered to be low to moderate as we head throughout tonight. So no big issues there. But always remember, practice safety. Always have a large bucket. I always keep, whenever I have a fire, I have a large bucket right next to me to put out the fire if needed, if there is any issue. And remember, you drown the fire. You don't just put a little bit of water on there. Drown the fire to make sure that you don't end up with any fire issues. Yeah, it's a low fire danger, but remember, you always want to be as safe as possible if you are going to be having a fire in the backyard there. So we do have lower humidity. Despite the fact that we have lower fire danger, it still is very dry out there, which is just good for comfy. You know, it's nice, comfortable weather, not humid, not uncomfortable, not sticky. We will start to climb closer onto the muggy category, though, as we head into the middle of next week. And that's also going to be when we have an increase in cloud cover across the region and eventually some rain chances. The aquifer, yeah, we don't have a lot of rain over the next week, but the aquifer doing fine at 666.7 feet. And you see no rain over the aquifer recharge zone in the hill country there over the next 7 days. And pretty much everybody's going to miss out on rain throughout the next week. So not going to be catching anything in the rain gauge, but we're not hurting right now for this time of the year, you know, as far as San Antonio is concerned. But looking over towards Maverick County and stretching down south of Highway 90 there, we do have moderate to severe drought. We could use some more rain there, but as far as San Antonio is concerned, we've already picked up our annual amount of rainfall for the year. November, though, has been a little bit more on the dry side. So, 7-day forecast, and this is actually for tomorrow, Saturday, all the way through Friday, showing that we're going to be having some rain chances in there Thursday and Friday, just 20% chances here and there. Temperatures in the 40s for lows, 70s for highs. Beautiful weather, lots of sunshine, great weather to spend some time outdoors, and make sure that you do that. Let's look at the 8 to 14-day outlook, though. It's important that you get out and enjoy the nice weather now. If you have any tending to do in the garden, now that we're at the end of the growing season, if you have any tending to do, you need to get out there and do it now, because we are going to have some better chances for rain from day 8 through day 14. That's going to be for the end of the month. We'll see increased chances for rain. And then also above average temperatures are going to be possible, which isn't something too bad. You know, that's just going to be upper 70s this time of year. A lot more manageable compared to having them in the 80s and 90s. For the 3-day forecast across the Lone Star State, if you are going to be doing some traveling, seeing some cooler weather up towards the Panhandle there in Amarillo, but everybody else pretty much 70s and 80s for the next 3 days. No big issues there. And if you're headed down to the beach, a little cool for the coast for me, but maybe you don't mind it if it's a little cooler. 60s for lows, 70s for highs, very breezy for Saturday and Sunday. If you're headed down there to do some fishing, with those calmer winds, the seas should be calmer. Should be great fishing weather there for Sunday with all that sunshine too. Make sure you use a lure that adds a lot of shine on it whenever you're reeling it in there out on the water. So finally, your Texas State Park forecast, 50s for lows, 60s to 70s for highs. Going to be beautiful weather at all of our state parks. Get out there and enjoy them. Again, this is for tomorrow. So if you're headed out to a state park on Saturday, great weather for it. A lot of these places require reservations, so please make sure you call in advance, set up a reservation. You can do that through the state park website as well. Lost Maples State Natural Area. I'm going to put an arrow on the screen too so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the place in South Texas to go see fall colors. And I'm telling you, they are probably going to be gorgeous right now. Someplace that is not far from Lost Maples that will also have beautiful colors, Garner State Park. Those are going to be two spots that have beautiful fall colors, and I'm sure that some of the trees are starting to show that for now that we have got a good push of cooler weather. Get out there and check that out. Send us photos too, and use the hashtag KENS5Eyewitness. Go on Twitter and use that hashtag, send us the photos, and we'd love to share them here at KENS. So remember, share us those photos. Just go out there, post them on Twitter, and use hashtag KENS5Eyewitness. And we're happy to share the photos too with the community, whatever you share with us. So have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to bring back up the 7-day forecast. I'm in for Meteorologist Andrew Wilson this afternoon. I'll have the latest update to the forecast. That's going to be at noon. And then Weather Chief Bill Taylor's in at 4, 5, 6, and 10, and he'll have the latest update then. So have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at Ken's 5.